So, New York City just had its mayoral election, and Zoran Mamdani is going to be the next mayor of New York City. Today, however, I want to talk about the guy that's not going to be the next mayor, the second place candidate, who honestly, this is just a fitting ending to his legacy and his very, very insane political dynasty, which really had the tragic ending, but a tragic ending that it kind of deserved. Andrew Cuomo is without a doubt one of the most like corrupt politicians in the modern era in American politics. Like 100%. He's had a record of just being really bad and really just corrupt and just horrendous personally. Um, Basically in 2020, for whatever reason, for honestly, whatever reason, during the COVID pandemic, he decided it was a good idea to cut the budget to a lot of health programs that would have benefited seniors as the pandemic got worse. New York had a very high death toll compared to basically every other state during the pandemic. And a large part of it was Andrew Cuomo doing this and also, you know, putting grandmas in nursing homes and failing to report their deaths as well. And just a really corrupt governor who did not care about helping people out during the pandemic. New York really struggled during COVID-19, and he just did not care. And then on top of that, in 2021, about 13 women accuse him of misconduct. Now, whether or not this is all of these accusations were true doesn't matter, but if 13 are placed against you, that's never going to look good. So, with all of this in mind, he had to resign in disgrace. And it's kind of funny to think about it because initially, when the pandemic began, you had a lot of celebrities just glaze this guy. So basically, celebrities once again, for the most part, are very, very in touch with reality when it comes to American politics. Very smart, very in tune. I mean, God, it seems so fake the fact that he was hailed as such a good guy in the meat of the pandemic when he was just not doing good at all. New York really struggled during COVID-19. So it was just incredible. But again, once again, he had to resign in disgrace. And yeah, that should have been the end of it. He should have just walked out and taken it peacefully. He should have just, just left and not come back and just called it a day. At the end of the day, he was only governor because his dad, Mario Cuomo, was governor. So maybe he could just think to himself, okay, well, that's it, it's over. But no, he decided he wanted to make a comeback. And his comeback approach was running for mayor of New York City, which, you know, again, being the mayor of the city that basically represents America, you are considered America's mayor, right? But Andrew Cuomo was such a hailed governor and is now going for that position. That's definitely a downgrade considering, all he's experienced and all the positions he's held. But even then, it's like insane that he really wanted to try and make a comeback after everything that had happened, as if time was going to heal those wounds. And, well, the primary one, as you would have guessed, he lost embarrassingly. Embarrassingly. Like, he lost embarrassingly to Zoran Mondani, who beat him by a bigger margin than a lot of people were expecting. And you would think after this, he would finally realize, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should just bow out. Let's not prolong this. Nope, he decided to drag it out until now and run as an independent candidate against Zoran Mondani, and he just lost. So his legacy was always basically after he resigned in 2021, it was always, destroyed, but now his legacy is just going to be embarrassing. Looking back to Andrew Cuomo, it's just literally every single thing about him is just going to point to a guy who lost literally everything and embarrassed himself all the way through because he could not let up, basically. It's incredible, honestly. It's just really incredible. And, he definitely deserves it. The fact that he came from a political dynasty, the corruption of Cuomo, all the billionaires who were, trying to prop up his campaign, his corrupt ties, his managing of the pandemic, this is a fitting ending to his legacy. If the last one, if the ending in 2021 wasn't enough, this was a beautiful epilogue, and it couldn't have happened to a much better candidate, to be honest. So, you know, don't let the door hit you on the way out, Andrew Cuomo. Take care.